point, you beat a person's son, there's no apologizing for that. You can't go back, you can't rebuild that relationship.
Listen,
when you arrest someone on the front step
that.
for asking a simple question, it's hard to rebuild that relationship. I'm standing here because I believe in that relationship, and I believe more so in my community, and I want to see it continue to move forward. But we got to get to the point where we don't have patrol officers out there just roaming amok. And it happens way more than...
We're never going to be perfect.
We're not talking about perfect now. We're talking about running the business. Like I told you, a guy can curse in front of my house and he's gone. You have to have accountability. You can't have these guys out here disrespecting a woman because she wants to park her car. You can't have that. And we're not talking about after the fact. We want to get to the point, well, how do we get to it doesn't happen at all? Okay? When I said your name, that man should have been over. Instead of taking it to the next level and taking someone down like that. And then all the groping and the grabbing and the feeling up and all that in front of two girls, totally unnecessary. Then the lying on the police report, then your own commissioner and your own spokesperson proclaiming me guilty to the public before there's ever even any due process. And I'm just the person that it happened to, and there's tons of other people that happen to all the time. That's the failure. You're saying all these checks. Well, how many checks did they just blow right through? Your sergeant came out. When he left, I was sitting there. When he came back, I'm sitting there. But he still let me get arrested. Then you go out to all these other stories. I mean, you have all these checks, but they failed miserably.
Well, it's
miserably.
not a question of checks. There's due process on your case, and we're not going to discuss.
There was no due process. Your spokesman and your commander said I was guilty from the get-go. And it's the same thing you're hearing from all these people.
It's still going through the process.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying we're here to get to the point where it doesn't happen at all. Not that it happens and we come back and say, let's figure it out what happened. How do you fix my face because I got beef? How do you fix my pride and my ego that I got groped in front of two females, in front of my own home that I busted my ass to get? Okay?
I'm simply saying...
So that's how, we're trying to get to, how does it not happen at all?
I'm simply saying this, when incidents occur, we need to know about them and a complaint needs to be made.
Well, that's what we just did tonight. And we're looking to you. Hopefully in January we'll have some of those situations. And I've been to several cop walks where there's nobody, where there's no patrol officer at all, and we're sitting around twiddling our thumbs waiting for the patrol officer to come. And we all know what happens. So I've been to several community cop walks where we're just standing around and nobody shows, and then we'll just go do a walk without a cop. So I mean, it's not all that it's painted to be. There are problems, and in the business, in anything, you fix it. Instead of denying it, let's just admit it and let's fix it.
I don't think we're denying anything at this point. I think we're trying to move forward, and you're right, and to come up with some positive solutions to this.